Hello friends, it's Monica, also known as Sleeved After 60, and I'm coming to you for week 14 update. Week 14 is just amazing how the time has flown by, isn't it? So this is my week 14 from VSG. I had a gastric sleeve on March 14th, 2017. At the University of Minnesota Fairview Hospital in the Twin Cities with Dr. Daniel Leslie. And I started, my highest weight was, my stats are down below if you're interested. Years ago, it was 256, but the highest that I've had in this century has been in 2015, the summer of 2015, which is when I retired 2 years ago, when I was 240. To the day of surgery, I was 198. I went on a pre-diet, and today, this morning, it was 162.9 for a loss of 2.0. So total since surgery is 35 pounds. Total since my highest is 77, and total since beginning at the university, which I was 224, is 60.9. So let's see, how do I feel about that? Well, I'm sort of a little, I don't know, I'm still kind of stunned by the fact that I'm still losing weight around 2 pounds a week. And 162.9, I can't really remember last time I was that weight. I know that I got down pretty low in 2003. I went to Up2Fast. I told you the story before. I had plastics afterwards, and I think I was in the 40s. So I went to see my bariatric team last Thursday, and here's how it works in my team. First of all, I don't have a goal weight set. They really never talked about that, and when I asked this time around, when I met with Dr. Leslie, that I met for quite a while, he's always very gracious and seems to always kind of want to talk about what's out there, some research, and all of that. And so when I asked him, he said, and I wrote it down, he said, when I said, well, what's my goal? And he said, where is health for you? Where is it healthiest for you? So where are you at your healthiest? If you have health, then you are where you need to be, which was kind of interesting, because what does that mean? And so he kind of talked about how BMI and all those weight charts that have been set up by life insurance companies, that they were set up in the 50s and 60s, I think he mentioned. And how do you set that up? Well, you look at when people died, and because that's when they pay out their policies, and then you go from there, and that's how they came up with this. And what he talked about was that nobody talks to medical professionals when they come up with all of this, and how research shows that if you lose and keep off your 20% of your, and keep it off though, 20% of your highest weight in life, and that's what he was trying to talk to me about the fact that my highest was 256, so 20% of that, which is 50 some pounds, so it's like not ending. And so then I said, but I was really 240 this time around. Okay, fine, 240. So you're talking about still under 50 pounds. That if you lose and keep that off, and your weight doesn't go up again, and you stay at whatever it was, 200 pounds, that your health has been improved. And of course, perfect example, because I'm no longer on my CPAP, and GERD, haven't had a single incident of GERD at all. And not only that, but I had been diagnosed with adult onset of asthma, and of course that was really had a lot to do with the fact that, when the GERD kicked up and it was really severe, and I would wake up in the middle of the night with all this, acid, with the acid reflux, that it would go into my lungs, and then I would have, all those, I would wheeze and all that stuff, which would be asthma-like behavior symptoms. So I haven't had any of that. Imagine that. It just all went away. So anyway, and he talked about staying under the curve, the curve of the high and the low, and just kind of staying under what's that curve, that medium. And so, did it help? Did it not help? Well, it's great for my eating disorder because then there's no pressure and anxiety as far as, where do I go from here? But, part of it is here I am 3 months out, and I'm at 162, and I'm thinking, okay, now 2 weeks from today is 4th of July. Will I be able to lose 2.9 pounds in 2 weeks? That would make me be in the 50s. And then, what? So it was very helpful. I also met with my nutritionist, dietitian, who is lovely. Her name is Nikki. And she pretty much, no. When I said, well, what do you think, as far as a goal? And she just said, it's about health, it's about health, it's about health, it's about maintaining the weight loss. So, in the back of my mind, I thought, since I was 140 before, I was able to keep that weight a very short time. That's not true, a few months, but, with a lot of pain and suffering. So I don't know, maybe that's a good goal, but I don't know what I would be doing differently since I am really not having a lot of hunger yet, and I'm keeping things really, really, really simple. So I talked to her about that, and I told her how I'm not having hunger, but I have this other feeling that sometimes I can't figure out what it is. And so she said, yes, what you're feeling, a lot of patients in the beginning, what they feel is empty. It's not hunger, but it's the fact that your pouch is empty. So trying to figure out empty versus hungry. And because I told her that sometimes I feel something, I don't know exactly what it is, but I notice that a lot of times it has to do with me being dehydrated, and if I concentrate on drinking, it's a party on my lips. Really, it's cold iced tea. And if I concentrate, if I do that, how I feel better, in within a minute or two, and then I know from before, I know that it has to do with dehydration. So, I don't see them again for 3 months, and the whole idea is to just, make sure that I'm doing protein. I talked to them about the fact that, I'm doing a smoothie, a green smoothie, because I'm still not eating. Like today, we went out to dinner, and I had a piece of broiled salmon and asparagus with this great, sort of garlic sauce on it. And it was wonderful. I couldn't finish all the asparagus because I concentrated first on doing the salmon. And they were, this is great. Just do what you're doing. I also, was pretty open about not exercising, that I had talked about getting a trainer, but I haven't done it. And in my, not health spa, the club, the whatever, community center. My community center usually in the summer, because of kids being in the pool doing a lot of swim classes. Water aerobics is at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm retired. I don't want to have to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, And so maybe in fall, I'll go back to it. I was a big water aerobics, queen diva, and so anyway, they were fine as long as you're doing some walking, you're moving. Like I said, I did the blood work. I see my private provider on Friday. The only thing that I saw that was totally off the chart was that my vitamin B12 was like 3 times what the suggested numbers are. So I'll talk to my doctor on Friday and see, and I stopped taking it for now. But so what about having a goal? I'm living with that. I'm trying to, I'm still weighing every day. I'm noticing that it's not, I'm not a slave to it. I'm not addicted to it, which is a really good thing. I noticed that when I was really in the throes of my eating disorder, that when I felt like I gained weight, I wouldn't get on it. So I don't know if this has anything to do with it or not. It's just, to be honest, a lot of times I have to go and check later on. I have that fancy schmancy that goes right to my app, because I forget what it was. Because there are 3 numbers, and I know it's part of getting old. So it's not something that I sort of stress over it. And actually today was the first time that I kind of thought, oh my God, could I be under? And the reason 4th of July is because I'm seeing family that day. We're getting a get together, so I thought, and it's a number. Last time I saw them, I was 240. So anyhow, so there you are, losing lots of hair. The hair thing is driving me crazy. As a matter of fact, I have an appointment on Monday to, get a trim, and the shower. My hair is kind of big because it's a little more humid. But the shower, and I notice it's one of the things that I do. I can't stand if there's like a hair that's just hanging, and I will, pull it out and just, kind of. Well, obviously not pull it out, but it's just hanging there, and I want it out of there. So the shower, but that's life. And yes, I took all that stuff, and I used Rogaine. If any of you follow me, you know that. Now, to my channel. I'm close to 350 subscribers. I think I'm at 330 something, or 340. So I want to do some kind of a giveaway. And as you know, last time I did 2 beauty giveaways. This time around, I am thinking, I've been shopping from my closet, and that's when I talk about this whole thing about, getting down, losing. That's my biggest fear, is what happens if, once I hit a size 2, because I just bought a couple of things that were 4s and 6s. So what happens if I no longer have clothes? So I just bought some summer stuff, because a couple of trips coming up, and the sales are incredible. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to do a styling kind of thing, where I just wear different clothes, some that I wore because they're on sale. If you like Ralph Lauren, I buy directly from their website, and right now they're having a huge sale. It's 40% plus 25, so that's a really good sale, and free shipping. So anyhow, I think I want to do that, just to sort of also show you sort of what I'm doing with how I look, how my body looks. So I'm thinking that perhaps when the time comes, I'll do a giveaway, and I'll do a couple of things that I never got to wear that were just too big. I have a couple of dresses that are extra large that I never got to wear, and some other things. So we'll do that soon. So I don't know, like it, subscribe, you know what you need to do. Thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you all next week. Besos, we're in this together.